It's a big day today. It is the budget day. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will be presenting his first budget today, the inaugural budget of the Narendra Modi government. Now, there are huge expectations that the budget will unveil bold reforms in a bid to turn around the Indian economy that has slowed to a decade low of below 5%. And at the same time, it may take some tough decisions like cutting subsidies to bring the economy back on track. The Prime Minister has already warned that a bit of medicine is needed to heal Asia's third largest economy and improve battered government finances. Industry is looking for a big push for manufacturing and infrastructure. The Aam Aadmi wants a relief from rising prices. So let's now take a look at what the captains of industry are hoping for from Mr. Jaitley's first budget. They're hoping for restoring growth and also curbing inflation. Curbing inflation is one of the key challenges. The industry also looking at a cutting of subsidies. Now, this is something that is highly expected, and also that a boost in revenues and spurring of investments. Let's just take a look at what captains of industry had to tell us earlier when we spoke to them. Those are some of the demands that the economy is some of the demands that industry is hoping for. Let's take a look now at what captains of industry had to tell us.
My feeling is that the finance minister will come out with a good game plan, with a forward-looking game plan to actually articulate how we can come back to 8-9% growth in the next 2-3 years. I think for the economy, what we need is accelerating growth, creating employment. So I think that is the objective, and I think governance, infrastructure, manufacturing. I would say these three areas would be the focus areas by which we can come back to a solid economic footing.
It needs structural changes for the infrastructure to get going. There are policy issues, and these must be addressed. And the second one I have is we would like to see a clear time-bound roadmap for the introduction of GST.
So far as the infrastructure sector is concerned, historically the budget has been able to cater to only 15 to 20% of the annual yearly plan requirements. So we have to understand the limitations of the budget. This year I am not expecting more than anywhere between 15 to 18% being allocated for infrastructure in the totality of the budget, which means that with the huge infrastructure agenda that Mr. Modi and his colleagues have announced, to fulfill that in practical terms, he's got to do a lot of stuff off budget. But the budget then sets the tone for creating the ambient conditions and the structures for raising these finances in off-budget vehicles like Mr. Gadkari has done in the 1 lakh crore road fund. That's an off-budget vehicle. So in this budget, we are looking for a bunch of creative ideas that enable finance to be raised and projects to be implemented outside the parameters of the budget.
I think if they focus on development, which is the plank on which they came here, it will benefit them the most in this budget. And I just hope they seize the moment, This is a honeymoon period for them, whether we like it or not. It is.
Right.
It is a majority government of a kind that India hasn't seen in 20 years. I really hope they seize the moment to express intent. Intent on, fighting tax evaders, fighting tax terrorism, corruption, building infrastructure, changing the way we educate, changing the way we skill people. That's really the need of the hour. I think this debate on subsidy is frankly, an old debate which should have ended about 10 years ago. We need some subsidies. The rest, we need development. And that's what the Aam Aadmi voted for.
The government spending on healthcare has been dismal. So I hope that in this budget, at least the indicators are there that over the next plan, that we will have incremental funding to reach 3% over the next 2-3 years. Because this government spends the least amount of money in the world on healthcare. Second is the fact that there is already a huge infrastructure on the ground which is going waste, which is not being optimally utilized. So I think one of the priorities we should do is to figure out, and there are many ways of doing it, like public-private partnership, making efficiencies, stopping leakages, that if we just spend enough to make that infrastructure operational, we'll see a huge change in our ability to deliver healthcare to 1.2 billion people.